Hey, seventh graders. We've had some issues with moving out this morning, so I'm going to probably go pretty fast. If I'm going too fast for you, pause button's your friend. Make sure you have your important battles worksheet out in front of you. We're going to be working with that. You're going to be jotting down everything that's underlined in the text for your notes. All right, here we go. All right, the Battle of Bunker Hill we talked about in class, so I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time on this. It was fought in June 1775. Britain's going to be the victor, but it's not going to be an overwhelming British victory. It's going to be a victory mostly because the Americans are going to run out of bullets. And it's also going to show that America's not going to give up. Many British thought with this victory that this is going to end the war right here, but England found out really quickly that America's going to be in this for the long haul, that even in defeat, they're going to find some positives out of this. They did fight very bravely, and really the only reason they lost is because they ran out of supplies. So if they can fix that big weakness, they should be able to compete with Britain on the battlefield, at least in small-scale battles. Battle of Bunker Hill is not a large-scale battle, less than 10,000 soldiers on each side. The battles of New York is going to be the first major set of big-time battles between Britain and America, and there's no easy way to put it. America does not do well. We look at those early battles, Battle of Crown Point, Battle of Fort Ticonderoga. Basically, America is not fighting any sort of British regulars during that time. This is the first time that you're going to get 25 to 50,000 British soldiers, 25 to 50,000 American soldiers in a field at the same time, and it's a rout. America shows that they're not very well trained. They show that their lack of supplies, and actually at the Battle of New York, Britain could have won the war here. General Howe, who was leading the battle, basically his objective is to take New York City. He does. Washington is fleeing across Hudson River, retreating into New Jersey, trying to get as far away as from the British as possible. And if he would have pursued and captured Washington, which could have easily been done, we would have seen the American Revolution end pretty much in October of 1776. Proving that America cannot do these, at least not yet, not trained well enough, can't do these big-time battles. They're poorly trained, too few supplies, definitely some work on getting the militia ready for big-time battles. The battles of Trenton and Princeton are going to be important, not because they're big, huge battles, again, only about 5,000 soldiers on each side, but they're going to change the American war strategy. So in December 1776 and January 1777, there's going to be two battles in New Jersey. Both of them are going to be American victories, and both not typical guerrilla warfare, but they're kind of sneaky. And they're these quick, small battles that America is going to use. They're going to do this kind of win small, lose small type strategy. If we win a battle, great. That's going to hurt Britain more than it's going to be great for us, but we cannot lose big battles. Basically, what happens at the Battle of Trenton, you can see from the famous painting, George Washington is going to lead his troops across the Delaware River on Christmas night. You can see the ice in the way, and basically do a sneak attack on Hessian mercenaries who quickly surrender. The Battle of Princeton is going to be a little bit more of a slugfest, but again, same idea. Hessian soldiers camped outside of Princeton, New Jersey. Quick, small battle. Most of them surrender, and the Americans kind of get two victories when things were looking pretty bad after the battles of New York and things like that. The Battle of Saratoga is going to be kind of America's only really big victory during the American Revolution, which is a traditional style battle. And it's really going to be won because of a bunch of small battles. This is going to be part of the British war strategy to cut the colonies off from each other. If we can control the Lake George, Hudson River, we can keep the New England colonies away from the middle colonies, away from the southern colonies. So they're going to try to do a three-pronged attack. Burgoyne's going to come from the north, or is going to march south from the north in Canada. Howe is going to march north from New York City, and then St. Ledger is going to march from the east, or from the west to the east, from basically Oswego. It doesn't get off to a good start. Howe never leaves New York City. Burgoyne is taking forever because he's called Gentleman John Burgoyne, and he's bringing things that you just don't need. in a war setting. His wife is with him. His family is with him. His family of his generals are with him. They have servants. They have uh, fine china, etc. St. Ledger is not doing well. He gets defeated in a small battle at the Battle of Oriskany, in the Battle of Fort Stanwix. So really, only Burgoyne shows up. His men are tired. It's a long journey. The Americans have been using guerrilla warfare against them, taking down trees to make their journey slower, putting them in the roads, quick small attacks on the flanks of the men as they travel. And Burgoyne is quickly and very soundly defeated at the Battle of Saratoga. The most important thing is this battle is going to convince France to become an American ally, and they're going to give us two things, three things, supplies, training, and a navy. The Battle of Yorktown is significant in that it's the end of the war. October 1781, America is going to win. It's the last major battle of the war. Britain is going to surrender, and America is officially going to get its independence. It's not going to all happen at Yorktown. There's been a series of battles up north as Cornwallis has become the English general and is kind of marching his way north and winning and losing some small battles as he goes. America is avoiding that big loss, getting a few victories here and there. He entrenches himself at Yorktown, hoping that the British Navy is going to be able to help him escape. The French Navy defeats the British Navy, so he looks to the ocean and he sees the British Navy. He looks to the other side and sees American. He's completely surrounded, and he surrenders the entire British Army, officially ending the war. All right, that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a shout on Schoology.